So I'm actually in real estate. Wait, aren't you the guy that does those TikTok videos?
Yeah, TikTok, Instagram. Sweet ride. How much do you pay for insurance, if you don't mind me asking?
No, so you'll believe it or not, I pay literally $60 a month.
$60 a month? That's crazy. I drive that Range Rover and I pay like $160 a month, I think.
Okay, you are definitely overpaying for car insurance.
Really?
Yes, so there's actually this free website. You basically just input your year, make, and model of your car, and it auto-populates with all the top insurance companies' quotes, and it's completely free, much better than any kind of research you'd be doing on your own. Yeah.
What's the website called?
It's autoinsurance.com. It's just spelled OTTO insurance.com, and it's completely free. I can airdrop it to you.
Yeah. How about you text it to me?
Nice try.
That boy tried to get a phone number just then.
Well, you in Carolina.
Now we gonna talk about car insurance. I want to find out how true or how legitimate that. Oh, damn! I'm trying to see how I want the camera angle. I'm still working on the camera angle, y'all. My apologies. I like that scenery right there too, though. I ain't even gonna flex. I like that. Let me see. I might have to. Do I have to put some light on myself? I don't know. But anyway, matter of fact, let me bring it this way a little bit. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. My partner. Oh, I forgot. You know what? I forgot this motherfucker stands up. That might be better, actually. That might be better. Got that wash machine going again. Why one side look higher than the other one? Man, my hair nappy than a motherfucker. God damn. Alright, man. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see something, bro. Cause I ain't getting. I'm talking about the lighting right now is just atrocious on the nigga. Got that double light hitting the nigga. I had to. You know I'm dog. You know I'm dog. You know I need that light. Alright, I'm starting to wake up now. So. Now let's get now we gonna talk about that car insurance thing. I'm gonna check out that OTTO auto insurance. Auto like rocket power, nigga. I know y'all probably don't remember that. Or even know about it. Some folk might have watched Rocket Power back in the day, but I don't know. My little shouts out to little brother Drewski, aka Ray Hogan. He put me on that Rocket Power. That was his show as a kid. So now I'm actually just gonna check out a few videos. It's some of the stuff that I be getting my inspiration for conversation from. So that's what we finna do. I just saw an ad for that auto insurance thing, and that's one of my biggest things. That car insurance shit. I can't stand how that shit set up. I personally, I feel like the mob, basically, you know, I've heard people say, the mob is now in Congress and the police force and stuff like that. That's probably true, but some of them niggas is in insurance, like, because the way that shit is set up, it's straight mob activity. I mean, when you think about it, it's mob activity without necessarily getting a constant or regular bully check. You know what I'm saying? Like how it was depicted in the movies I watched growing up. They come to your store, your establishment, and they tell you need protection. And you be like, no, I'm actually straight. This ain't too bad of a neighborhood. Next thing you know, the neighborhood go to shit. And that store the owner get beat the fuck up. Or, some shit like that. And now they gotta get insurance. That's essentially what's going on. It just looks different in the year 2024. In previous, starting, years and years ago. So yeah, they figured out a way to essentially force people in certain states to have insurance. Like I live in Georgia, in Augusta, Georgia, and Hepzibah, Georgia specifically, because that's where I travel or commute through to get back and forth to work. I have no options as far as I know than to have car insurance, and the car insurance rates continue to go up. And I think my biggest complaint is I have a clean MVR, so I'm paying for essentially everybody else's incidents, everything. You know what I'm saying? Because my rates have gone up because the government or whatever has allowed this state to increase their rates due to accidents and like, I guess lawsuits from those accidents. So unfortunately for people like myself who have a clean MVR, there's no accidents, no traffic tickets, no violations, any of that, anything to that sort. We suffered having to pay these ridiculous amounts of monthly rates. It's just I don't like that shit. But anyway, that's for another segment. Right now I'm just randomly searching for something to get a little inspiration for my next conversation. I just came across a Shannon Sharp Club Shay Shay. It says there's an interview. I guess it was published about a month ago. And this is just a 9-minute clip talking about, and it's entitled Cam Newton on Michael Jordan being his neighbor and gambling. So if anybody who knows me knows that I do not, it's not as if I don't know Michael Jordan personally, just like he doesn't know me. But the things that surround his world, or how, I don't know how I should say that. I don't really like. I really don't like nothing about the world, so I'm I'm sure this is gonna be biased. Like, I don't like the fact that black people specifically continuously buys J's, supports this guy no matter what. And even if it's not the idea of supporting Michael Jordan, in the company, the brand, the Nike brand, and I feel like us regular people are consumers. We're the major consumers. We're the people that all the rich people essentially eat off of. You know what I'm saying? They feed off of us. We purchase their products. They become richer, and we have to find ways to get out of our poverty. And some of us have made it out in different ways, and some of us have made it out in ways that, however their ways were, however they were able to navigate their path. And to those people, I'm happy for them that they were able to get out of the struggle. Right now, I'm still in the struggle. I'm still running the rat race. I'm still on the hamster wheel. And it's not a good thing when you realize you're on a hamster wheel and you don't know how to get out of it. But you see yourself, now you see what you're doing as far as you trying to get out this motherfucker. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm scared to just jump off because my hamster wheel has things that require, like most of us, your hamster wheel requires maintenance. And if you don't do things to put money into your hamster wheel, guess what? You can jump out of it. And then the comforts and confines of your cage and your hamster wheel, things can get dangerous out here. Things can get, it can get spooky out here. So that's why I'm more so stuck on the hamster wheel. But this is a proverbial. This is just a proverbial description of working a 9 to 5 and living check to check. That's basically what's going on. That's all it is for people who don't understand what I'm saying. That's clearly what I'm saying. This goes back to my partner, Street. Street said, "Does money is money everything? If is money everything?" And we had a discussion and we debated this. And there are different perspectives, obviously. So, we'll get. Let's check this out. I'm gonna talk more about that after I get a few.
Your neighbor was Michael Jordan.
Yes, sir.
Mike loves to gamble. Boo Ray and
play Blu-ray.
You don't play Blu-ray?
Nah, that right there, that's a relationship killer. It got every type of person, you know your constituent on nightcap. It got bringing pistols to the arena. All off Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I do some gambling, and I think I learned this quote around him, Michael Jordan. That is, he was having just a little banter. Somebody asked him, he said, "Hey, how much you want to bet on this?" Simply said by Mike, "Whatever makes you nervous."
That's him.
That's a flex right there.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But you ask yourself, why is gambling so prominent with athletes? Because that rush,
That thrill that you get.
it's either gambling or you playing a sport. It coincides because the nervousness, the anxiousness that you kind of get, the thrill. It's like, ooh, is he gonna make the shot?
What's coming
What's
next?
coming next?
What card? Is he gonna get the card? Am I gonna get the card? There's a lot riding on this.
It's a lot of check, but a lot of probability. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So yeah, I learned a lot from MJ. Very positive in who I am today. Always was accessible to knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And just what he represents for the culture and what he represents for us today is something that I've always marveled.
If Cam Newton never plays another down in the NFL, are you satisfied with your career?
Yes, sir. Because I gave everything to this game of football. And in the famous words of Frank Sinatra, I did it my way. From the fashion to the way I presented myself to everything else. I'm satisfied.
When you officially decide to call it a career, in 5 years, does Cam Newton get that call? Does he get that knock on the door and say, "Welcome to football heaven," which is Canton, Ohio, the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Honestly, though, I wouldn't care. And not to disrespect the Hall of Fame and the people who are in it. My impact was felt. And that's all I wanted. From a kid from College Park, Georgia, by way of Atlanta, to have the impact that I had, where globally, I go anywhere, and people say, "Man, he look like, man, what's the fuck?"
Ever seen a military monocular lens that'll knock your socks off? You're about to. Dude, you gotta hear about this thing.
That. We played in a masked sport. To be recognized without your helmet on, that tells you something, that you did something right. And let this be said too. I never had an incident with domestic violence. I never had a run-in with the law. I never had anything conduct detrimental where people would have assumed that, oh man, he's a head case.
Right.
That's your personal opinion. Go back and talk to Ron Rivera. Go back and talk to Matt Rule. Go back and talk to Bill Belichick. Talk to Greg Olson. Talk to Thomas Davis. Talk to these people who shared the locker room with me. Rest in peace. Talk to Jerry Richardson. These people will tell you who Cam Newton really is. A lot of people who don't like Cam Newton, it's only subjective to what you may think. And I'm fine with being able to say, I'm not for you.
I just want to pause it right there. But Cam, man, bruh. But you know, I don't even know how to. I really don't know what to say. But if I feel like I want to say something so bad, it's right there in my core, man. Come on, Cam, you got to. He be tripping me out, bro. Cam be saying some things, and I be like, did this man just say? Matter of fact, let's just rewind it. I ain't even gonna speculate. Let's just rewind and check this out again.
Tell you who Cam Newton really is. A lot of people who don't like Cam Newton, it's rest in peace. Talk to Jerry Richardson.
I think I'm gonna end the video. I'm gonna end this part of. I'm gonna end it right there. Cam does this in every video that I've attempted to watch from him, with him in it. And don't get me wrong, bro. I don't want to lie either. So I couldn't tell you what year this was. I can't tell you what year this was, but I can give you some info that may allude to the time frame. So when Cam got into the league, I wasn't aware of him. I didn't know much about him, who he was, where he came from, right? Because I don't follow college ball really. I don't follow anything. I really don't follow. When I was big into football. I still kind of got a love for football. But anyway, when Cam came into the league, like I said, I didn't know much about him, if anything at all, if I'm being honest. My little brother put me on Cam Newton. And at that time, I was the same person, but the team that I guess by default was rooting for would have been Atlanta, the Atlanta Falcons back then. Living on Bird Road, that was my spot because I grew up on Bird Road and I ended up being able to live out there as an adult. Moved out there, got a little trailer out there. Me and my wife. That was the beginnings of our journey together. So big in football back then, huge. 20-something, young 20-something, and Cam was just getting into the NFL with the Carolina Panthers. Got drafted #1 overall. My brother was telling me all this stuff, and my biological father is a Carolina Panther fan. That was just a team I didn't dislike, but I didn't like them. I didn't care. I didn't know much about them. They never really they never really were in the spotlight as far as me watching football. Because I wasn't watching football when they were with Jake Delhomme and all that. So that's why I started checking out Cam. And I actually, from that point on, I was like, damn, okay, yeah, I see why little bro this guy here, yeah. Started following Carolina. Fell completely off Atlanta. I liked Carolina. I liked the direction they were attempting to go in. And then, lo and behold, a few years later, they're in the scene. They done kicked the door in. They on the scene. Cam Newton leading the way. I loved every moment of it. Became a huge Cam Newton fan. The biggest Cam Newton advocate. The biggest unheard Cam Newton advocate. Unheard publicly. I wasn't doing YouTube and all that back then. I came straight out of the era where niggas was out the door doing shit, and the internet was just kind of bubbling, but most of us just didn't have access to computers at home and shit. So it was like I didn't know it. I wasn't doing it, and I didn't know nobody who was fucking with a computer and YouTube and stuff like that. Shit, smartphones just were really starting to come into themselves, where you get a phone and you can. Hell, they still had the phone that slide up and had a full QWERTY keyboard on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Those were the popular janks. I'm coming up. Apps were just starting to, get into circulation and in a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this back when I think niggas was just now kind of fading off of MySpace, because I had done did a little time and shit. And before I went in, MySpace was popping. When I got out, it was still kind of going, So anyway. One of the biggest unheard Cam Newton advocates just in my circle, man. I argue everything about Cam. I did not like any criticism coming to my guy, man. And then the Super Bowl happened. And anybody know exactly where I'm going with this. The Super Bowl happened. I'm not going to speak on the event that occurred specifically, but that kind of fractured that little bit of that solid core I had, that ready to battle for Cam shit. It had that jank, you know. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't understand what I was seeing. Why? What happened? So anyway, I still, it just was a little, but it ain't breaking. You know what I'm saying? Then you follow a little further along. Cam ends up getting shipped off. The team is starting to be torn apart. Cam gets injured. I still, this is one thing that I still stand firm on, even though my opinion of Cam Newton changed in the last year or so. Actually, just watching him in interviews and him, you know, interviewing others and his conversation, I just kind of, it broke. It broke. I just put it that way. Like, Cam, man, you're not who I thought you were. I'll just say that. So I moved on, and Cam just falls in the category of people that I may or may not click on when I'm looking for material, because I used to just watch these shits and talk with my partners and discuss these things with them just up in the air. And, you know, so now I want to get a bigger group of people. I would love to get more opinions, you know, and aside from the fact that my partners, we all struggling with life, so we have a hard time being able to even get together to do these videos. So I'm gonna have to do this shit solo until I can get enough money to take care of my family and provide space for me and my partners and we could do this, and we won't have to concern ourselves with, well, dang, he ain't got a car, we gotta pick him up, and you know, all that shit, man. Just regular folks shit, bro. We just regular folks out here trying to get a step above being regular, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Let's footnote something. I learned how bad it is to be a regular person by watching how some people perceive being a regular person, by watching Quiet on Set or Quiet on the Set. It's Quiet on Set, I think. It's that Dan Snyder thing and those pedophiles he had on, you know, on his roster. And the guy Drake Bell, I think he somewhere in his testimony, he addressed the idea of why, you know, people like him were big on trying to become famous or whatever, because he didn't want to. We're gonna talk about this too. He didn't, basically, it was so terrible to be a regular person living, I guess, under the thumb of employers, regular jobs and minimum wage and whatever, I guess, everything that encompasses living as a regular person. He would forego getting a nigga off his ass, literally. Like he didn't want to not have the access to the life that he had been able to have access to, even at his own personal detriment, his own psychological torment, just to have. And he actually used that phrase. He actually stated that in the documentary. He didn't want to be. He just didn't want to be a regular person. It was. I can't make this up. That the man said that. To not be living as like how myself and a lot of people like myself live. I guess struggling and check to check and just all the things that regular folk end up being subjected to when we're not rich and famous, or just rich, Most of us don't even want to be famous. We just want enough. We just want the money so we can do what we want to do. But he was in a situation where they was going, he getting, man, and they never specified what happened to the man. Like, he just said, like, just imagine the worst thing that a person could do sexually, I guess, to anybody. And that's what this person was doing to him. And there were several reasons, but I remember him saying that was one of the reasons. He didn't want to live like regular folk. So that money and that access to the things he had access to, being a celebrity, kept him quiet while being tortured, psychologically and physically. He put up with it for a certain amount of time so he could continue to live the way he wanted to live, which was not like a regular person with a regular job. So, damn, that spoke volumes to me, so that's all I'm saying. But anyway, man, like, I kind of lost my train of thought because that's a whole nother thing that I want to talk about, and it ties in. But I don't know. I lost a lot of. I guess I just have to say it. I don't really like Cam, man. Like, he lost me some time ago, and I couldn't believe that he was so. He says things that's ridiculous to me, bro. This man y'all heard it. You heard it. All these start naming people you can go talk to find out about his character, what type of person he was in the locker room, off the field and on the field. And then he named somebody who has passed. And he stated, rest in peace first. Rest in peace to that person, and then talk to him. Like, bruh. But, who am I, right? Who am I? I'm gonna have to find something else, man. I'm gonna be on and off this thing today, man, because tomorrow is back to the regular folk job. And yes, that shit sucks. Because it's not, the only reason I dislike it, it's not the actual job or work itself. It's the lack of assistance, lack of resources, just, of course, the financials are questionable at to say the least. I mean, I don't know, man. This shit is ridiculous. But anyway, let me find something else we can talk about, cause Cam I can't get through a whole Cam Newton video, bro. Whether somebody interviewing him or he's interviewing somebody, I can't get through the whole thing because he talks as if he's highly intelligent. Like he's a supreme intellectual. Yet he continues to use improper grammar, and he has this arrogant air about himself that he plays with in a manner in which he's humble, but yet he's arrogant at the same time. Like, I don't understand how he pulls this off. I really don't. Or maybe people see it as well and just don't say nothing. Listen, man, I'm gonna have to say something because I get criticized every day, and I'm probably gonna get even more criticism moving forward because I'm gonna be putting myself out in the public eye, so I know it's coming. That's fine. That is fine. It ain't a whole lot you can say about a nigga like me that I ain't already heard. Broke by society standards. Ugly by society standards. Nappy head, black, crooked, dirty teeth. All that. I get it. I am not the bee's knees. I'm cool with that because I'm actually happy with myself. The only thing I'm unhappy with in my life is the money aspect of it. Like I said, I've tried different things. That's within my means. I've also blocked myself out from a lot of things just off fear. That's why I talk about fear a lot. But for me, it's more of a cautious fear. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, listen, I have dreams and goals. Yeah, years and years ago, I wanted to be a rapper. When I matured to a level where it was like, hey, I can't afford to sit in the house in my little studio, makeshift studio, and record songs, upload them to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, try to get in with Ugly Money, the Ugly Money guys on Instagram. And I've never paid the fee to send our songs over there. Cause honestly, like I talked to one of the guys through text one time. I'm like, nigga, every song that y'all playing on y'all shit, I guarantee you I should have wiped all that shit. And that was years ago. So I shouldn't have said it like that, because it wasn't years like that. It was about 2 years, 2-3 years, somewhere in there. And I still feel that way. I still know we got tracks that could stand the test of time, period. With any of the best tracks that the world would deem top tracks, you know what I'm saying? That includes Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, any of them guys. Any of them. From the underground niggas that's never heard of to the top niggas that's always heard of. We got songs that's better, if not equivalent to all of that. But that's neither here nor there. That was just one of the things that I was trying to do, that I enjoyed doing. So now I just do it more like a hobby. I'm working on the track now. I'm kind of just, really just more so kind of just, I'm just doing me. We'll just say that. I'm just doing me, doing what I do when I get in the booth with no outside influence. And that's what's going on. So, yeah, man, we've been here for 32 minutes. Y'all know what to do if you fuck with it. Like, share, subscribe. It's just that simple. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to rejection. I'm used to being ignored. So it is what it is. I'm following protocol on certain aspects of doing this particular thing. So I'm gonna be back to talk. It's gonna be about a plethora of things every time. But this one right here was kind of just to get it going again, because I done started and restarted and started and restarted. I got several videos recorded in my devices here and here. No real direction on anything, but I'm learning. It's a process, and I'm gonna just keep working it out. But some of these people that get airtime, I'll even go as far as to say a lot of these motherfuckers that get airtime really don't deserve it. And I think a lot of people click on these videos and like these videos and share these videos because they already admire the motherfucker that's on there. They already, were rocking with the person. Michael Jordan, I don't know. I've yet to see him on an interview as of late or whenever, I don't know. But people like him, he could decide to do a YouTube channel and the 300 million people would tune in to that just because it's Michael Jordan. And then watch, he'll get paid from those views. What would he talk about? What would y'all gain by watching it, by listening? What would be his message? And that's the reason why I have a hard time digging what these folks be talking about. Even just giving them a click at this point. I wouldn't even, I try to find people who are like myself. I found a lady last night doing her little cooking thing. She only had 6,000 views. So I clicked on hers, liked it. You know what I'm saying? Just because we need help. We need the likes. We need the clicks. We need the shares. But we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Y'all say we got to be this, that, and the third to be considered for your time. But you got a nigga like Cam Newton, because it's Cam. And he'll tell you this, I'm sure, because he's that arrogant. Because it's him, y'all can click on it and you're gonna feel like you got something from him. I don't see how you get anything from somebody who uses improper grammar consistently in every conversation that I've heard him have. Improper grammar, using words in the wrong context, all type of shit. But that's what's accepted. So anyway, I'm gonna move on. I'll probably talk about music or something later on. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna just be talking about a bunch of shit all fucking day. How about that? All fucking day long. I mean, YouTube probably gonna edit that shit. I don't know. I don't know how YouTube works. They done got so big now that, you know what I'm saying, you can't just post. I don't even know how it works, nigga. I'm just gonna keep making videos and keep uploading. They gonna take the shit off or whatever. I don't know what they gonna do. I try to watch my mouth as best as possible to cut back, try not to use profanity, try not to say the wrong terms, use the wrong terminology, or, you know, restricted terminology. That's about it. Am I gonna be on here reading books? Probably not. Oh, you know what? I do want to talk to y'all about y'all check out if y'all are looking for anybody looking for a good anime to watch, man, I got one that I just recently watched. My wife actually put me onto it. It's on Netflix, called Blue Eye Samurai. I mean, I love it. It's hands down a top anime, definitely a top anime. I've already done 2 or 3 quick breakdowns, not breakdowns, because I ain't break nothing down. I just was talking about it. It's more like a review, I guess, of episode 1, 2. I was supposed to combine 3 and 4. I have to check my other device to see if I have those. I finished the series. I finished season 1. I think there is gonna definitely be a season 2. It could be like in production as we speak. But that was a great show, great anime. I loved it. And I'm also gonna be doing a review. So I'll be doing reviews also. We'll have our regular folk conversation, and then I'll have my regular folk reviews that I'll be doing on certain shows, stuff that I like to watch. You know what I'm saying? It may not be something that everybody's watching, quote unquote, but you know, just a little glance into my world, man, how I view things and how I perceive things or whatever. But yeah, that's Blue Eye Samurai. Dope. Y'all gotta check that out, man. And then for people who enjoy sitcoms, more of the realistic type of stuff that's going on, check out the Miss Pat Show on BET, the BET network. And I think we use ours through Amazon Prime, I think. So actually, that's what I'm gonna get ready to do here in a little while. I'm gonna go set up so I can watch the first episode, because I've watched it all the way through. Like me and my wife are done. We're waiting on the new season already. It's hard to try not to watch it in a binge format. But boy, it's a great show though. So I'm gonna go back starting season 1, and I'm gonna do my reviews. And I don't know if I'm gonna do them. I probably do them episode by episode. So y'all check them out, man. Like I said, if you rock with me. Help me get up out of this regular rigmarole, man. You know what I'm saying? I probably won't complain about paying car insurance when I got enough money to pay the car insurance, and I don't even notice that it affected my bank account. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, help me out, man. I like to help people. I've always helped people when I could. I think this is one of the easiest ways to help people. I think a good idea for all black people, I was gonna say black folk, a way to try to get reparations. Like, everybody just make a video, right? All black people just make a video, right? And all the other black people go in, like, share, and subscribe. One new black person. Like, maybe not every black person, because I don't know. I know some folks would be kind of, I don't know how to say that. Let me get that thought together in my head first. But that's a good idea. Like, we can't get reparations because they won't give us the reparations. So let's, for the people who have not become athletes, superstars, movie stars, whatever, YouTube hits, let's use their platform such as YouTube, and then let's just be a little smart about it and a little giving. So we'll, like how I make my video, I upload it, 100,000 people go like it, watch it. You ain't even gotta watch it. Apparently, as long as that shit play all the way through to the end, YouTube counts it as something. So let's just cut it on and let it play. Just let it play. Go find something else to do for however long the video is. That way that black person can start gaining that traction. And pretty soon all of us will have some money. If we all do it efficiently, then all of us will have some money even more than pretty soon. Who got to pay? Who's paying the people from the YouTube people? You know what I'm saying? Like them motherfuckers cutting checks. Listen, I'll get back to it, but I can go on I can go on and on about this shit. Y'all fuck with the campaign. Like, share, subscribe. From one regular folk to the next. Or I probably shouldn't have said it like that since I just criticized. From one regular to another. Let's look out for each other. Like, share, subscribe. Comment, man. I'm looking for conversation. That's what I'm in here for. Even if I'm learning something, if you're telling me something that I don't know, I may not understand. Let's converse. Let's talk about it. Help me figure out what I'm not seeing. Other than that, fuck with your boy. Fuck with the campaign, man. Y'all know what it is. I don't have Alexander. Never mind.